Okay, so in this topic today, we are going to discuss about what is this Python components. Okay, so I assume that you are not a programmer, you do not have any prior knowledge about programming and all. So if anybody doesn't have any programming knowledge, how to begin with? How to start with the Python automations, okay, or how to start writing a Python script if we do not have absolutely no knowledge about programming, how to begin. So to begin with that, what first things we should know is we should know the component of this Python programming. Okay, for example, when you are going to write a script, what all basic components we are going to use there in the script. Okay, we should know very clearly about those components, then only we will be able to use them. For example, you have an experience like on the Cisco router, you want to check the configuration, so you know how to know what commands I need to run on which prompt. I want to do some IP configuration, on which prompt, on which place I need to go and run the command. When I want to do a BGP configurations, where I need to go in router configuration and do the command. So this is how we do configuration. Similar way in Python, when you want to write a program, when you want to write a script, few things you must know. All right, so what is that most important thing in Python which you must know is a data type, right? Means in this Python, whatever data you are going to input, okay, that data could be IP address, that could be username and password, that could be anything else. Okay, so how you store this data? Okay, how you store this data using various different variables. All right, so those all data variables stored under the different data types. Okay, for example, you want to store a number, so which data type you should use. You want to store a name, so which data type you should use. You want to store some values, port numbers and all, which data type you should use. You want to do some configuration on hundreds of devices, so how to create a list. Okay, these all are this data types. So these all are six important data type for networkers. For our purpose, there are many, but we need to understand the six. One is integer, string, slicing, listing, dictionary, and tuple. Okay, so these all are few data types we are going to discuss, and we are going to learn each and everything about those all data types. So let's begin with very first data type. If I talk about integer, what do you understand about integer? Integer, that means what? It's a number data type, stores a numerical value. Okay, and that means any, you want to store any number under any variable. For example, let's say roll number 1, this is a variable and the value is a 10. Roll number 2 variable has got value 20. So any value you want to store under any variable which is number, we should use integer data type. Okay, now integer in the short we can write like int as well, int this way. So okay, they are often called as an integer or int, and this can be positive or negative whole numbers with no decimal point. Okay, I can store like -10 also, I can store -20 also, but I cannot like 10.50, like 10.20, I cannot. This is a decimal value. It doesn't store decimal value. It can be negative values or it can be positive values. This one, it supports both, but it doesn't support decimal value. Okay, now second thing, as I said, they are immutable data types. Immutable data type, that means whatever value you store, that's not permanently, that's the temporarily. Okay, for example, roll number 1 is equal to I gave 10. Then later on, if I give roll number 1 is equal to 30, it will remember 30, not 10. Okay, so they are not fixed. It can be overwrite with any new value at any point of time. Okay, all right, so this is integer value. All right, so let's do it practically. Let's see how it works. So I have Python installed on my computer. Okay, I have explained you how you can download and install. It's very simple. You can go to the official website. Again, I'm quickly showing you, like you can have a python.org. Go to this official website, python.org, and you have a download option here, all release. You have latest 3.9.1 and rest other older version. If you want to take it up, you can have from here. These all are the versions, and download, and you will have that file in your computer. It's very simple, 24 meg file, lightweighted. Once you install it, you will get your Python in this way, and we can test all of these things here. Like, let us start. Let it start like I want to store some variable. Let's say age 1. Age 1 is equal to, let's say, 20. Age 2 is equal to, let's say, store 30. Age 3 is equal to, let's store 40, like that. Now look at this. Age 1, it will tell me this one. Age 2, it is telling me what value is stored under this. Now I can use mathematical operators also here. How I can use mathematical operators? Okay, all right, now before that, if I want to check what data type it is, so how I can check it? I can simply use type and age 1. Look at this, what it is saying. This class is a integer class. This is integer. Okay, now if I want to use along with the operators, let's say age 4. Age 4 is equal to what I want, age, let's say 1 plus age 2. Okay, now look at this. Age 4 has got 50. 1 is 20 and 2 is 30, so 50. Okay, now if I do here 3, okay, now look at this. Age 4, now look at this. Age 4 has got value 60. Earlier it was 50. It is immutable, it is changeable. The moment you store new value into it, or it will delete old value and remember the last recent value. All right, so you can use this with the operators as well. See directly. So what happened if I have done just directly done age 2 plus age 3, it is giving me a result, but this 70 is not stored anywhere. It is just showing you result. But if I want to store this result in some other variable, I need to do in this way. All right, so like this you can create an operators and you can use them. Okay, so this is a integer, so any number you want to store under any of the variable, you can do that. Okay, let's say in practically we will do like this also, like ftp. So ftp is equal to 21. DNS is equal to 53. POP3 is equal to, I want to define 110. Okay, like that, I want to define certain protocol, certain port number. Okay, so this way I can create. So wherever I use FTP, it will automatically understand, okay, this is okay, like that. So with numbers, wherever you want to store number against any variable, you can very well do that. Okay, so in this way you cannot, because this is also is a number. You cannot assign this literal. Okay, but I can in this way. If it is alphanumerical, it will accept, but number against number cannot. Remember that. Okay, so that was integer. Now let us understand next data type is a string. Okay, string, that means what? Python string is just similar to a variable called character. So in Java or PHP or VB or in those programming language, we have a character, char. The same thing in Python we have as a string. Okay, in Python, strings are the array of bytes representing Unicode character. It could be any ASCII character. Okay, so Python has no character data type actually. Instead of this, it has a string. Okay, and now, however, Python does not have a character data types. A single character is simply a single string. Okay, the length, minimum length is a one character consider as a one string. Okay, and that we can store into the square bracket or simply with the code as well. Okay, so how to create strings and how to store strings, that I'm going to show you now. For example, let's say I want to create something like first name is equal to, for example, let's say like this, last name is equal to like that. Okay, so in this way I can store the names. Perfect. Now check first name, it is showing me. I can, in programming, I can print it wherever I want by using the syntax in this way, and it will print me this name over there. Right, so I can use in this way. Okay, so we'll do in this way. Now if you want to check again, we will use type and anything. Look at this, what it is telling you. The class is a string. This is string class. Perfect. Okay, now you can store more than one character also in one string. For example, let's say string 1, whatever name you want to give, you can give, is equal to, for example, my name is John. I can store this. Look at this string. Oops, it is, remember that this is case sensitive. So while creating, if S is a capital, it should be capital. Look at the string 1, it will still give me error. So S is capital. So Now it is showing me this. I can use print command also, print string 1, and this is how I can print it. Okay, now I can use operators also. For example, let's say first name is this, last name is this. Now I can use only plus operator to combine them together. For example, I want, let's say, full name is equal to first name plus last name. Okay, now look at this full name. What it is saying, both, but both are sticked to each other. I don't want this way. I want a space in between. So you need to put your own remedy there. What I can do, I can do this first name plus, then I can have a space here after plus and one space, and then I will give one more plus. Now look at this full name. So this way, this remedy, you can use such remedies. Okay, in this way. So under two codes, whatever you give, that will be default parameter there. For example, here I want to give, so it will print like this. Look at this. Okay, so this is all your own way how you're doing this. This way. So this is string. Now practically, how we are gonna use this string? We are creating string to store the IP addresses or error messages or any messages, any event messages like that. For that purpose, we use string. For example, let's say when I want to store an IP address of router 1. So router 1 IP address is not just 10 or 20. If it is, then it could be integer, but it is in decimal format like 192.168.10.100. So there are multiple dots. It will be considered as a string R1. Look at this. So if you want to store your all the devices IP address, you have to store them like this. Like that. So for example, let's say I want to print like this, it will print it. So this way you can use your strings. All right, now we understood what is this string and how we can store the values into it. Now next one is a slice. Okay, slice is what? This is very important thing. Slicing means what? Slicing means cut off certain characters from the strings. Assume that. Okay, let me give you some example. Pip3. All right, so let me open this. Okay, I have a script. This is my one of the script for brute force the passwords and all. Okay, for matching up the passwords. Okay, we have made this script. Okay, now try to understand what I'm saying. In this script, this actual program is this, starting from here. This is actual program, and it is just hardly 200 lines program, and after that I have this value. What is this? In this encrypted value, I have a thousands of passwords hidden. And how big this file is? This file is 23,000 lines. Look at this. This is 23,682 lines big, and we have hide thousands of passwords here. Okay, now just assume that if I want to break a password, or if I want to use this script on 100 devices, so for each device this 23,000 lines it will read. Okay, it will read right from zero till end, each and every line, and try to match it. So let's say if first reading and execution, if it is taking 5 minutes, then how much time it will take to execute on 100 or 1000 devices? Okay, it will take a lot of time. So what I want is, I don't want to read, I don't want my system to read entire 23,000 or 23,000 lines. I know where is my password. I know the password is starting on character number uh, 120 to character number 230. For example, my password is from here to here. So it should only read character number this start and end this. Okay, so it will only go and read these many character and skip all this line. So it will do in fraction of second. Okay, now how do you know where is your password? This is all about your own tools. So my encryption tools will tell me my which password is where. This you can find out with the various different tools. Okay, so if I want to slice something, how to do that? This is what slicing tool is. This is what the slicing tool. I can slice particular thing and take it up only that. For example, let's say full name is equal to, let's say I store something here. I have something this, okay. What? Okay, I missed this one. Okay, now look at this. Not that. Okay, this is, now I want to slice, I want to pick something, I want to pick a specific character. So what I can do is full name and a square bracket, and here if I give 5, it will tell me the character number 5 start from 0. So look at this, v 0 1 2 3 4 5. So on fifth number there is a v, so it is telling me v. It will always start from 0. Okay, I want to take only this one. Okay, this one, Pandey. Okay, I want to take this. So this P is a 6, 6 7 8 9 10 11. So I need to give up to 12. Okay, look at this. So it's a 6 start and end till 12. Look at this. So it has picked up only start from that character number and end below that character number. Okay, so y is on your 12th. If you count from 0 to 12 would be y. Okay, so this is how you can slice anything. If I give here 8, it will take you only this one. If I give 9, it will take only that one. So this is how you can slice it. You can slice. This is called slicing. This is very simple but very useful one. When you have such kind of garbage situation, encrypted password, and you want to avoid reading a very big file, this is not so big. There will be a 10 times bigger file than this, which we use for brute forcing, for cracking up the passwords. So there are bigger than this. There are many files bigger than this, which has the millions of passwords hidden into it. Okay, so we read particular start point to end point by using a slicing tool. So this is a slice. All right, so slicing means cut off these certain characters from a particular string. All right, so we understood now what is this slice. Now let us move for, let me show you another tool. Right now we are running our Python here. This is a native command prompt where you do not have a colors, you do not have any help, you cannot have any help, syntax helps and anything. So if you want, just for example, you can access telnet through command line also, your CMD. But why we use putty? Because putty gives us a lot of additional features, colors and all those things. Similar way, Python you can access through some different IDEs as well. Okay, integrated development environment. Look at this. Go to the Google and type here Python IDEs. Okay, so when I go and type Python IDE, I will have many of the IDEs. IDLE, that is Python Software Fundamental License. We have a PyCharm. We have a Microsoft Visual Studio as well, Spiders, Eclipse, PyDev, Atom, Wing IDE, Tony, okay, and so many others. So many other IDEs we do have here. Okay, this many. Okay, so now I recommend PyCharm and I recommend Atom. Okay, these all are few famous IDEs. Now, before that, I will recommend one more very lightweighted IDE, which is DreamPy. Okay, DreamPy.org. Go here, dreampy.org. Okay, this is the one, and you can go here, download now, and you can very well download from here. Just click on download now and you will have this DreamPy exe. Just click on this and it will get downloaded in your computer. Very lightweighted application. Few megs only, it is just 7 meg. Okay, so you can download. I already have downloaded it. Now let me open that DreamPy. Just click on this DreamPy and it will come up in this way. Look at this, the same way but colorful prompt, and it will give you a lot of help and all. Okay, now let us further data types we'll use here. So here, this is your command prompt and this is your output section. Here you will get the output. Here you will have this. For example, let's say full name is equal to, look at this, my name is, like that. Look at this. Print. Look at this, like that. So this is how you can use this. Okay, now let us do further too. Next data type is list. What do you mean by list? In which case you will create list. For example, you are being told like, hey, do some configuration or do some backup. Okay, take a backup of 100 devices. How you will do? You will create a list of those devices, and then you will call that list, or any repeated task you want to do in your organization. For example, repeatedly you need to do some port restart on certain set of devices, repeatedly you need to update certain devices. So instead of putting every time number of IP address, what you can do is you can create a list. Okay, so list data type used to create the list of the object. Okay, it is allowing you to create the list of object, and these data type is an integer or string or both. In the list you can have a integer, you can have a uh, string, both you can have it. Okay, and in the reality we will need list data type to actually list unsequential, for example unsequential VLAN. If I told you to create VLAN 20, VLAN 30, VLAN 40, VLAN 45, then how you will create unsequential? Then you have to use a list. I gave you on routers or devices to call for management, for configuration purpose, and they are not in the sequence. They are not, their IP address is not in sequence. So unsequential numbers or unsequential names, how you will call, how you will use. So for those purpose, we use list. If those all IP addresses are in sequence, I can use a loop and I can do it. But if it is in sequential, then I need to use a list. Okay, so how to create a list? Okay, so let us create list here. For example, you can create list for strings also, for integer as well. Let me show you first example. Let's say list one. Okay, so list one is equal to and the square bracket, and you can put anything. Let's say what, let's say milk. Okay, let's say fruits, let's say banana. Okay, look at this, it is not becoming green. That means syntax error, you missed this one. This is the help you get here. Okay, then let's say lemon. Okay, let's have mango. Okay, like that, add as many you want, you can add it here. Look at this now, list one, see, it is created. Print list one, it is printing. Now type, look at this help, type list one, see, it is telling you classes list, like that. Okay, let's have few example of numerical as well. Let's say num1, name you can give anything, I'm just putting dummy. Okay, now when you talk about integer, you need not to put them into the code. Let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like that, you need not to put them into code. Let's say num2 is equal to 100, like that. Okay, you can create like this. All right, now assume that if I want to merge two lists, for example, I have created a list like num1, that means my all routers, num2, that means all switches. Now I want to do some activity on both. So do I have to create another one? No, I simply can create like num3 is equal to, I can have num1 plus num2. And look at this, num3 added, both lists are automatically added, like that. Okay, now if I want to delete something from any list, how to delete this? Let's say del, then let's say num1, from num1 list I want to delete something, it's a case sensitive num1, and what I want to delete, I need to give the index number. Okay, I want to delete, let's say 30. So what I need to give? This is 0, 1, 2. So index number of 30 is a 2. Okay, now check num1. 30 is gone. 10, 20, 40, 50. Okay, like that I can delete. Okay, similar way, list 1. I want to delete something. Del. Okay, list 1 and 1 2 3 0 1 2. Banana is gone, like that. So this is how you can delete. Now I want to add something. How to append this list? I want to add something. So how to add this? Let's say I want to add some fruits. Okay, look at this. Automatically this help is coming. What I want to do? Append. Okay, and in the bracket, what? Banana. Oops. Added. List 1. See, banana is added at the last. List 1 dot append, and I want to add something. Added. Look at this, it is added. Similar way, you want to add some number. Okay, list, oh sorry, num1 dot append. Okay, and I want to add a number like, let's say 33. Added. Num1, I want to add append, let's say some negative values, let's say -5. Append. Look at this. This way it is added. Num3 is equal to num1 plus num2 num3. Look at this. Okay, so I can do in this way. Okay, now second thing, how to check the length. Okay, so let's say length num3. So it is telling me 11 numbers are there. Okay, 11. This is how I can check this one. All right, so in this way. Okay, let's do something. Num3 dot append, and I'm adding some duplicate number 33. 33 is 2 times. Num3, look at this, 33 is 2 times. One is here, other one is here. Now I want to check the count. Okay, so how I can num3 dot, and look at this here, count. Okay, and what? 33. See what it is telling me? It is 2 times. This way I can have a count and all those things. Now I want to check what is the maximum number. So max, or let's say num3. 500 is a maximum number. What is a minimum number? Minimum num3, whatever your list name. Minimum is -5. Now I want to make it in ascending order. So how I can do that? I can, let's say num3 dot, Look at this. I have all of the feature here. I have a short. Okay, everything. Start, open and close. So short. Now check num3. See, it is ascending order, -5 to incremental order. Now I want to make it reverse. So how I can? Num3 dot reverse. Now check num3 reverse, descending order. This way, these all are few tips to create the list. Okay, so we understood now what is a list, okay, and how to create this list. This will be very, very useful. Now next one is a dictionary. Okay, dictionary is also very, very important. Okay, dictionary we use to store, like, let's say the name, which name is it? Just like a DNS, like it resolve any of the name to the value what you store inside. Okay, look at this. This dictionary is the pair of key and value. So it is an unordered collection of data value, unordered collection of data value. It could be anything. You can store any of the variable, any of the value inside this. This is your dictionary. Okay. For example, let's say I want to store like my name Madhav is equal, roll number is 10. Pandey is equal to 20. Gopi is equal to 30. Like that, I can store the values. I can store value. Okay, this could be integer or string. This could be integer or string, anything. Okay, it doesn't mean that okay, this should be string and this should be integer. No, it could be anything. Okay, so we create this dictionary for various different purpose. For example, you want to store something like username is equal to admin, password is equal to xyz, like that. So these all inputs would be stored using dictionary. Okay, so let's see how to create that. Go here. Now I want to create any of the dictionary. Let's say unit 1 is equal to, and that should be into curly bracket, and store anything. Let's say, okay, this should be under code, under the code. If it is right, it will give it will give you green. Okay, and colon, then its value, let's say 10, then John colon 20, then comma, then third value. You can create, you can store many. Bob is equal to 30. Colon 40, like that. You can, and close the curly bracket and hit enter. Done. Unit 1, look at this values are there. This is how you can create a dictionary. Now if you want to check type, type, and it is saying, it is telling you it is dictionary. Okay, how to delete something from dictionary? For example, I want to delete this. So simple, you can use del command, del, from where unit 1, and what you want to delete. Look at this. The moment you put this, automatically it is showing you. I gave this. Oops. There must be some space. Okay, done. All right, so look at this now. If I check unit 1, you will not see this. This is removed. So this is how you can remove certain values. Okay, so how to get the value of any of the key? Okay, so for example, I want to find out the value of any key. So unit 1 dot, what I want key. So you can go keys, and for whom? For Bob. What's the key of Bob? Oops. Oh, it's not that. Unit 1 dot, I should use get. Okay, get, and look at this. Bob's value is 30. This is how I can find out any of the values. Okay, I want to see all the keys only. Unit 1 dot keys and everything. This is all keys. I want to see values. Values, everything, only values it is showing. So this is how I can create dictionary. This will be very useful. We will see this, we will use this in our scripting. It is very useful to store username and passwords. Okay, and the last data type is tuple. So tuple is similar to the list only, but we cannot append it. Tuple is similar to the list only. Okay, we can create list of IP addresses or list of ports or list of numbers. Okay, but we cannot modify later on. We cannot, once it is created, we cannot edit this. Why? This is for security purpose. For example, if you create a list of IP addresses and you give to your engineer, hey, go and run this script on so and so devices, so he should not add some IP address or he should not modify it. So for those purpose, we use tuple. Okay, let's see how to create tuple. So similar, just like a list, let's say tup1, whatever name you want to give, you can give it, and bracket, and you can use a mixed also. Let's say, okay, I can use 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, I can use like that. You can use mixed also. Okay, now see, tup1, it is showing you this. Now if you want to add something, tup1 dot, look at this, you don't have this, you have only two things. You can only do count. You want to count, let's say 20. How many times 20 is there? One time. You can have a count, or you can have a index. Tup1 dot, look at this, index. Index, that means I want to see what is on index number 4. Okay, or index number you can find out using this. Tup1 dot index. Now I want to know the index of 20. What is the index number of 20? So it is telling me 2. So is it right? So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So 20 is on index number 2, like that. I can use slicing also with tuple. I want to pick up only this number. So index number is what? 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I need to give 1 to 5. It should take up till 4. So it should be till 5. Look at this. Tup 1 dot, not this. I can use index number 1 till 5 and see what happened. Look at this. It is showing me 10, 20, 30, 40 only. Index number 1 is this and till 5 is 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, like that. So this was tuple. Now you cannot modify, you cannot add anything into it. You want to check the type tup1. See, it is telling you tuple type is tuple. So these was few data types. All right, this was few data types of writing up the program. I hope you understood now this text file of this commands and these things I will share you. You just ping me on the Skype. This is my Skype ID. This is a pic to identify. You can ping me here so that these documents I can share you on the Skype. Any queries? If anyone has got any queries, can ask me. Anyone has got a query?
Can you share this document to on WhatsApp if it's okay with you?
WhatsApp. See, then I need to send everyone individually. So I prefer to have a Skype so that I will create a Skype group and everyone can discuss to each other also with that group.
Okay. I will need to have one then.
No problem. You just make your Skype ID and ping me. No problem. I will add you.
Okay.
All right. No problem. So all the guys I will add in this group and then I will start sharing up this.
Thank you.
Okay. What's your full name actually? What should I call
One
you?
is our next class.
Sorry?
Apraku.
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 Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Apraku, actually, there was few more people in this. I need to check why they did not join.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
No problem. So rest we'll have the class at the same time tomorrow.
All right.
All right. I will
Thank
share
you
you.
very much.
Yeah, I will share your document. You have to practice and you have to ask me queries and questions if you have any on the Skype group.
Okay.
All right. No
I'll
problem.
do that.
All right. So any queries you want to ask me?
Not today, but I will definitely get some maybe tomorrow as we move on.
No problem. No problem. All right. So take care. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.